Hey everybody, today we're going to be editing a picture of Coco in 5 minutes on my smartphone. Okay, so I'm going to be using Snapseed today to edit this picture of Coco, which we took of her looking really cute on a bed of flowers. So I'm going into my tools, tune image, and I'm going to be using my ambience first of all, lifting that up all the way, and then moving on to the saturation. I'm going to boost that up, but not too much because I don't want her looking red. She's not a red dog. She's a lovely kind of dark golden dog. So now I'm going to go into the details and improve that a little bit. And I'm just going to lift up the structure and sharpening just enough to make things kind of just look that little bit sharper and bring out a bit more definition. Now what I'm going to do is go in and use my brush tool, and I'm going to apply some very specific adjustments on different areas of the image. Now what I'm doing here is I'm increasing the saturation slightly, specifically on the areas of the pink flowers, and I'm just painting this on quite liberally over the pink areas and on some of the green foliage as well, because I want to increase the saturation just a little bit because it looks really nice and it adds to the super cuteness of this picture. So I'm just going in and I'm painting over with a saturation of just +5. I don't want to go too mad because we've already boosted the general saturation quite a bit and I don't want it to look too unrealistic, but it does look really nice and it just kind of lifts that just a little bit. So going over some of the green areas here as well. So what I'm going to do is dodge and burn. If you don't know the dodge and burn techniques, these come from old film photography and they allow us to make areas darker and brighter. And what I'm doing is I'm darkening the darker areas, so the shadow areas here, and I'm darkening them quite a bit. So what this is going to do is create depth in the picture and just bring a little bit more kind of depth to Coco in the picture by increasing the shadow areas and making the highlights stand out a little bit more as a result. So it'll give some lovely depth here. So anywhere where there should be a little bit more depth and a bit of a shadow, I'm just painting in here because our smartphones tend to kind of lift the shadows quite a bit and it can result in kind of a flat image here. So you can see by making that little shadow there, it's just increasing the kind of depth in the image. And it's a really easy way of kind of making your images really kind of pop out quite a bit. So anywhere where there should be a little bit of shadow and depth, I'm just painting it back in. Now in this area when I painted it, I felt that it actually increases quite a bit. So what I'm doing now is I'm decreasing the saturation just a little bit back kind of there, and you can see it looks much more natural. So it's something to be aware of. You're not just darkening the areas, you're darkening the colors as well, so you can really change the colors quite a bit. So now what I'm doing is I'm using the selective tool and I'm going to decrease the brightness. This is kind of a garden gate in the background. Increase the the saturation a bit, decrease the brightness, and just kind of blend that out in the and make it look nice, and helps Coco to stand out a bit more on the front. So I felt there was one or two areas that didn't look quite as nice and saturated as the rest of the image, so I went in and I'm just painting them up really quickly and making them pop just a little bit more. So you can see it's after making the background fade a little bit more by having the foreground just a little bit brighter and popping just a little bit more. I'm going back in and doing some more dodging and burning here. Mainly dodging, I'm decreasing the shadows more. I'm basically hiding away kind of areas in the shadows that we don't want to. We're seeing some kind of bits of the stems of plants and stuff like that. We don't really need to see them. So just kind of making them a little bit darker and moving on to Coco's face, just increasing some highlights very quickly to make it stand out just a little bit more. And we can see there now, she's really popping out an awful lot more than she was. So even though the image looks just about done, there are one or two little things that we do need to clear up. So what I'm going to do is go in and I'm going to choose my healing brush, and I don't know if you noticed, but there's a little bit of rubbish here. She's after being chewing some packet of something here. You can see her bone in the top right corner there, but I just want to get rid of that. Now I'm not going to be too fussy here because this is kind of just a mess of stems and leaves and whatnot, so I just want it to look like it's some way natural because it's kind of a bit of a mess anyway. And there we go. That's pretty much good enough there now. So that's it. 5-minute edit or less. And you can see there's a huge difference here. This shot was taken with my phone and edited with my phone. So that's it. Thanks very much. Take care. All the best. Bye bye.